Hi everyone, and welcome to today's little stream. It's basically me being shopping, as the title says. So I went out today and did a really long walk into the local town, round and round and round the town, and then walked all the way home, carrying an extremely large pumpkin as well. So what did I go and get? Well, I went to a couple of shops that are my favourites, and like I said, when I got a pumpkin. The pumpkin is outside. It was proper big fat. Only cost me about 50 pence, and that was from a supermarket because they're still trying to get rid of them for Halloween. That's in the garden, so the squirrels will love me later. And so I went to Wilkinson's, which is like a cheap shop in the UK. Not the cheapest, but still pretty good. And I got a bucket. It's an orange trick or treat bucket, and this was 25 pence. They were about £2 normally, I think. And what I was after was, I wanted an orange pumpkin bucket originally, but sold out of those, so this I thought would just do. And as you can see, it's full of nuts, and there's chopped chestnuts, there's walnuts, there's almonds, there's peanuts, there's hazelnuts in there. It's just nuts. And the reason I wanted an orange bucket was I'm going to start training the garden squirrels colour association. So instead of just seeing a person and immediately thinking food, which puts them in a dangerous situation because they can get too comfortable with other people. Not everybody likes squirrels. So whenever they see the orange bucket, they can associate that with yum, and we won't have any incidents. So I got my 25 pence bucket. I couldn't have got that any cheaper. That was just brilliant. And actually we've started the association, so they've had 2 feeds today, and I've carried the orange bucket ahead of me, so hopefully they're clicking on that. I'm not 100% sure what visual range squirrels have, so we'll see. But whilst I was in Wilkinson having a nice waddle, I got some of their black card, and you get 10 sheets of this, and I think that was £1.25 if I remember properly. Now, Wilkos cardstock, if you buy white card, you get more sheets in it for the same amount of money. It's a bit of a scam, but for crafting projects, this isn't too bad. You get pretty much no information, no weight, anything on the packaging. It's just black card. It's quite floppy, but it does the job. So, and I always like to have a pack of that in, and then when I'm somewhere like Hobbycraft, I'll pick up some posh stuff. So I can't remember which ones I got now. Oh, I got these colouring pencils, Wilko's own brand, so Wilko Let's Create, and they're wood-based pencils, and as you can see, you get 30 in there. A lot of blues. Sorry about the camera today. Trying it on a different setting. So, not age range 0 to 3, so over 3 years old. But even then, I wouldn't trust with a long sharp pencil. But no information, so no light fast or anything like that. It just says great colour depth, which is interesting. So I'll definitely be testing that out. And what else did I pick up? I've literally been around so many shops. It's just been insane today. Oh yeah, I picked up these. It's Conte, but I don't think it's like a posh brand. This was from Wilkos as well. There was. This is why I have sharp thumbnails. Let's take the plastic off. That's easier. Hopefully less reflectiveness. So you get 12 pencils in here. I guess they're French design. Vivid colours, strong lead. So we got a little symbol. I've seen this a lot today on a lot of packages. It's like a little hammer hitting a pencil, so it's advertising that these should be break resistant. So I'll just take a quick peep inside there. Oh my god. Ooh. They're a bit different, aren't they? Silver writing. Ooh, geez. I hope they are break resistant. They're really, really light. No, seriously, that's featherweight. I seem to be black all the way through. Okay, they're gonna be fun to test out. So that's Conte. We're not putting, yeah, they'll flush. That's better. So yeah, I've got a pack of those. I think these were about £4. They are being sold in Aldi, a larger pack of about 24, I think, and they were a bit more, but I got those from Wilkos, so I was happy with them. And then I got these, which I've always wondered about, Bic pencils, 24 in a pack, and there's our break resistant, super solid again, claims to be easy to sharpen, safe, no splinters, that's good, not like chew pencils, and vivid colours again. And these are eco, so these would have been produced a very particular way. It's like, yeah, 50% recycled, so that's good when you think about it. Now I have used Bic kids pencils before for doing sketch work, and actually they're normally quite nice. Oh, I like that. You can put your little name tab up there. Oh, checking on them. So yeah. Just says France, Evolution. Doesn't give you a colour name on there, but that's absolutely fine. So nice little selection of those. So that's another one. And then when I was in The Works, which is another kind of cheapy shop, where you can get a lot more stationery. Whenever I need cheap sketch pads, I go to The Works, get some of those, and they do the job. I picked up these, and these are Artworks 50 colouring pencils, and these were £3. Yeah, I really blew the budget today, didn't I? Just literally colouring pencils in a nice little baggie, a lot of plastic, but no claims as to quality. The lid pops off. Oh, sorry. Blimey. Sorry, they smell. Didn't expect that. Oh, sorry. Very smelly pencils. Almost like Prismacolors the first time I opened them. And straight away I can feel, yeah, that's got a cheap feel to it. So on this part of the barrel, it's very, very gritty. And down here where the coating is, it's already come off in areas, so that looks like that's going to be a good cheap pencil. But we have got some interesting colours there. They kind of look, if I'm honest, they kind of look a bit dirty. And actually the cuts, where they've put them through the machines to get the points, some of these have got a curve on them. Yeah, it's definitely got a curve on it. That's funny. So work-wise, they're not the best looking build of pencil. But that is my last hoard. You know what I mean. I have no idea today. So those are the little bits that I've got. I'm feeling chuffed that I've got them because it's always handy to have, especially the bucket nuts. Yeah, squirrels hopefully will enjoy those. So we take the bucket aside. They're due another feed in about an hour. I'll be taking the bucket out just to see if they want any more. So the paper I'm going to use is a cardstock, just a white one. I've got a few sheets of this. I think this is Ryman's kind of 250. So I'm going to start off with the cheapest feeling ones. So they're the second most expensive because those were about £4 and those were next to nothing. So we'll start with them. Whoop. Awesome. I'll just bring out one or two of these. So I'm going to use blue, if I can get it out tube, and we'll go for a red. So let's bring the camera in so you guys can. Whee! So first thing I'm going to do is just see light to dark. You guys have probably seen this on so many videos. Okay, so that's really nice and light. Very light. So a little bit more pressure. And a little bit more pressure there. Sorry about shaking, my table is not very stable. And as you can see, my hand's moving further at the barrel as I'm increasing under pressure. So the harder you push, it's not changing colour at all, from even though I'm pushing harder. So I'm going to go over this final bit a couple of times and just see if there's any change once I start layering it on. It's quite waxy. Well, not exactly waxy, but it's smooth. But there's very, very little colour change. So I'll bring that up to the camera. So, no, definitely not something that I think I could get any tonal range with. Very, well, like dramatic tonal range. Let's try the red. So, there we are. And the reason I'm doing this is just to get a feel. It's meant to be a red. It's definitely on the orange spectrum. Well, bear with me 2 seconds to just stabilise the camera. I can see it's struggling. Should be a bit better. Okay, a little bit more pressure. And then just overlay again. Very light colour. For a red, definitely more of the orange coloration. Bring it up. It's not a red as such. So if that's an orange, just going to see if this is a red. It looks, on the barrel it looks a lot more brown, but on the nib it looks more magenta. So I'm just going to quickly do a, yeah, that's more of a magenta. So you're going more by the core colour than the barrel colour. And these do definitely feel like a pencil that you're only going to be able to do 2 layers. And that's very light and medium. You're not going to get a dark out of that. Interesting. So I'm just going to put those away. So that's the artworks. Well, they didn't break though, so that's pretty good. There wasn't any breakage in that. And I did put quite a bit of pressure on there, so that's positive. So the next one I'm going to try is the Big Kids, and I'm going to try and find a blue and a red again. So I'm going to do that one for the blue and that one for the red. And this time I'm going to go by the core colours. So starting off light, and straight away that's definitely a red. That's got more magenta-y in it. So that's good. Do another layer, a bit tighter. So we're almost matching this colour. There's a difference. When I rotated the pencil to get the sharp end, the lines were definitely a bit stronger. A bit more layering. Well, they're definitely a bit stronger on tone. Definitely. Still restricted, but not as much. And a light hand. They feel like they're less scratchy. These ones you can probably hopefully see there's a lot more white showing through on these samples. But with these big ones, they seem to cover the paper a lot more smoother. There doesn't... Oh, sorry, I'm being meowed at. Up here! Sorry, Bilbo's looking for me. That's our cat. You can open it yourself. No, she wants the living room door open. She knows how to open it. She'll probably come up here and start moaning in a minute. Human, open that door now. Yeah, that's now. Yeah, she gets quite a strop if you don't do everything when she commands. Real diva. So that's some layers on that one. Bear with me. She is threatening to scratch the carpet. I will just be back. Yes, Billy Bad Bob Bob. Yeah, you can open it yourself. You know perfectly well how to open the door. Fine, go pick your own cushion though. I'm not putting the cushions down for you. Pick your own. You go. Sorry about that. What the cat wants, the cat gets. So, these two definitely nice colours. Richer. The red is more red instead of being orange. And the lay down feels more comfortable. And once again, once you get to about 3 layers, there's not much more I can do with that. So I'm going to write Big Kids there. She'll probably start meowing again in a minute because I've left her to pull her own cushions down. I'm not paid enough to be her servant. Right, so the next ones I'm going to test are the Conte ones. So these are the really, really weird looking ones. And these are meant to be break resistant and vibrant colours. So find a blue. That looks like blue. And that's a red. So they've got kind of a brown red, magenta red, and then a purple blue and a blue, which is quite nice. So, sorry, these are really weird. I mean, the other pencils are light, but these are just unnaturally light. So, oh. Yep, she's moaning about cushions. Yeah, our sofa has a pile of cushions on the back, and normally she would just rear up and smack the cushions until they drop down. But on occasion, she wants a cushion moved into a particular corner or in a particular position, and she will demand and demand until she gets it. This is why they always say about working with animals and children. So on to another layer, like pushing harder. Interesting. And another layer. This red is more salmon pink. And another layer, I'm really having to push. And another layer. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Well, I wouldn't call that a rich colour. Just try and keep on layering back and forward a little bit. And the red is definitely more a pink colour. So the core doesn't match the colour that I'm actually getting down. Now it could be because I'm using smooth cardstock. It might work better on some cheap paper. Yeah, I've focused, my apologies. Not good enough, is it? But yeah, can I get the nib? Hopefully you might be able to see that. That's a really rich core colour, but it's not the same as what's on there. Let's try the blue. And what I might do is quickly run downstairs, sort this pillow fiasco out, and pick up some cartridge paper from the printer. So light colour down. I actually say this one is lighter than that one. So the Bic is a little tiny bit richer. Now the reason I'm thinking saying about the richness of the colour is that if I took, you guys know that if I take a Faber-Castell and I draw with it, the colour, the richness, the depth, what I'm after is there. So just to quickly demo. That's what we mean by rich colour. And I can tone that right down. Quick and easy. That's how, when someone's describing a rich colour and the colour should match the core, that's what we're talking about. So with these ones you can't go by the barrel colour, so you're really reliant on hoping that the core colour is going to be the same as what you get on the paper. So it's the same fiasco with markers. If you're using Copics, then you're reliant on the barrel colour quite a lot of the time, unless you've done your colour matches. Then your barrel colour tells you what colour you're going to be putting down, and with Copics it's so close. It's absolutely brilliant. And it's really handy for when you're in a rush to pick up each marker. You don't want to have to keep on looking to the side and looking to the side for that colour sheet. Whereas with pens like the Spectrum Noirs, you've got to have a sheet next to you with the colour samples on, because the barrels don't match the colours. So you can't just grab a marker and go. I'm just trying to get this one to get a bit stronger. I'm not even getting as strong as a Big Kids one. Oh my god, and these were more expensive. Yeah, man. Nope, that's as far as that's going to go. So these are, what the Conte E thingy. That's disappointing. I really hope that these ones, considering that I paid almost double to what I paid for the rest, I expected these to have a lot more colour. In fact, there's pretty much nothing between the two reds. So that's the Bic, that's the Conte one. There's not really any difference at all. The blues, the Bic is definitely richer than these ones. So that's disappointing. So value for money wise, these are not value for money. And that's really disappointing. Boohoo chromeware. And next onto the cheapies of the cheap, which is the Wilkos Let's Create ones, and it says great colour depth. I'm dreading this. Yeah. They come out. They'll probably all be white, won't they? Right. Oh god, I can't even get the things open. Right, the box won me nil. So I'm looking for something that looks red. I say looks red because I don't quite know what to go for. Let's go for that blue. Right. These don't smell too bad either, which is nice. So a red and a blue. And I've tried to get as close a match with all of these as possible. So the barrels, definitely nice clean colours. The wood feels like a Nice Day pencil. You know when you buy office supplies and things like Nice Day and you get the normal graphite. It's that, but it's suddenly smooth. And even the wood itself is quite smooth. A little bit of the tips just come off there. Right, so onto this one. Go onto the red. Okay. So it goes down quite well. Right. This one's got more magenta. Definitely more magenta colour. Right. Yeah. Oh, hello. We've actually got a bit of depth here. Yeah, it's more pink. I wanted a pink pencil. I'll buy a pink pencil. Come on, companies. It certainly goes down quickly, but I can actually no. I'm getting. Ooh, right. That's not good. Okay, so as I was going, it started to go really smooth, and I'm like, oh, this is nice, but it's coming off the paper. So there's loads and loads of dust. So as the pencil's going onto the paper, it's grinding down, and it's leaving lots and lots of little spots everywhere. That's a pity. That's actually quite a smooth mix as well. So on with the blue. I've picked red and blue because these two colours are ones that I tend to do my sketching with. On occasion I use brown and purple. Here's another one. Yeah, these are powdering very quickly. So if you've got little ones and you're using these and they touch this, they're going to get fingers covered in the core material. Oh, in a sense, I wish companies who made pencils had to list down how much is actually pigment and how much is bulking things and all the hard muck that they put into pencils. I mean, I really fancy getting a set of the Derwent Light Fast ones, but I've got some serious saving up to do before I even go near that. And in truth, I'm going to be honest, I don't really like Derwent's pencils. I've always struggled with them. Oh my god, even Prismacolors do better than this. That sounds like, mind you, my Prismacolors are over 25 years old, and they were the original before the company got taken over. Even then they had bad cores. So yeah, loads of dust. And there we go. Ooh, we can get creative. So I've actually managed to smudge the dusty stuff over here. that's it. That's literally the only 2 layers that I can get out of these ones. So that's the Wilkos Own. So, what a mixed bag. Oh, and there goes a squirrel. 2 squirrels. Squirrel army is coming. Forget the birds, what about the squirrels? So, but the big kids have definitely been able to produce a stronger tonal range, but are quite scratchy. The Wilkos Owns, you can get a smooth layer, no doubt about that. That is pretty good. That's almost I think if I took a pencil blender thingamabob, I could probably work that into quite a smooth thing. But you get 2, 3, maybe. The Conte, not good. No. And the Works artwork ones, diabolical. All I can do downstairs is meow. Bear me 2 seconds. Wow. Oh, great. Yeah, still cushion fiasco. So those ones, the colour definitely doesn't match the barrel, nor does it match the core. The big kids, the core matches the colour quite well. Quality, that's not bad. That's certainly a stronger colour. The Conte, not very nice. Quite scratchy and barely any transition. And then the Wilkos Own, yeah, I can kind of see why I only paid like £1.25 for those. And this is something, if you don't have much money and you're looking for cheap art supplies, you still need to have a darn good think about them before you go out and buy them. These brands and these ones in the UK you will find at Wilkinson's, you'll probably find at Poundland if I'm correct. And then you've got the range, you'll probably find a few of these at, as well as the Works. And a lot of these are sold for kids. But if you want a child to learn how to colour and understand tonal depth, these aren't going to help. If you want to create something interesting, I don't think you're going to be able to get a decent enough palette or usage out of a lot of these. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to take a green pencil and go across on each one and see what happens when we apply a pencil over the pencil. But spare me 2 seconds because I can hear a storm brewing downstairs and I just need to go and push a cushion. You seriously can't do your cushion on your own? What's the matter? No? Okay, sorry about that. She pulled the cushions down, but she got the wrong side of the cushion. She doesn't like sleeping on the front side of the cushion, she only likes sleeping on the back side of the cushion. Jeez crumbs. Anybody else got pets that's this demanding? Right, so I've got the Wilkos colour pencils down here, and I've got a green, and I'm going to go through these samples. And for this I'm going to actually push quite hard. Okay, that's one. And this is just to see what happens when you put a colour on top of another colour, see translucency. And these Conte, or what they're called. Light green. I'm going to try and match the greens up as best as possible. That green's got more vibrancy to it. That's come out much better. And the Bix. And when you're drawing, you're adding layers, you're making changes. And the Artworks ones, let's go for that one. Oh, snap. So all of them, you can certainly get a really nice green through them. The Wilkos ones haven't again performed brilliantly. Let's bring this up. Because the pencil's just, it's all smudged together and there's a lot of residue. Loads of residue. I'm going to dirty fingers doing this. Conte, that's green's handled a bit better, a bit more vibrant. The Bic lost a little bit of the colour in the midsection, but that's still pretty darn good. And even the Artworks one, it's not brilliant by any means, but it's certainly not too bad. So maybe a little bit more layering will actually work. The only thing is I know I couldn't get any more layers out of that. So what I'm going to now do is just see what happens on a piece of normal A4 printer paper. And I'm going to just pick a random colour. Probably one that's going to... I'm just going to see if I can do a sketch with this. And how does it feel as a sketching pencil? I mean, it certainly feels that it's got hard graphite stuff. Let's try some cross hatching, see if we can build up the tonal layer that way. Now it's still quite, it kind of gets to a point quite quickly where it doesn't want to go any darker at all, and then it just merges in. So hardness wise, it's pretty good. So the Artworks is nice, quite nice for sketching, but the colours very pale. So then I'm going to pick up the Bix Kids because that's next to me and do another quick sketch. This is literally just testing out how much I can get out of them as a sketching pencil. Of course, one of the things for me is I like to go sketching. So if I'm out in the field and I see something and I want to get a quick sketch down really quickly, but I still need to map in quite a lot of detail and certainly need to map in the tones. So how dark can I go? Once again, not very dark. I'm really stumped on getting an actual dark tonal layer here. Because this is the Conte's. Conte. Ooh la la. Right, something random. So that one has got a lot blunter, a lot quicker than the other ones. So that's interesting. So the Contes are wearing down much quicker. So now for the Wilkos zone. This should be funny. Sorry, this is going to be interesting. So that was Conte. That was big. And that was art. So, right. And this is Wilko. Because of course with mark making and drawing, you're not often colouring blocks of colour. You can use hatching, stippling and all the different mark making techniques to indicate texture. So it's alright doing these tests where I can see what the laydown's like. That's handy to know, kind of where I'm limited. But then when I change my style and then do this hatching and things like this, it can result in different tonal variations. So that might not get me very dark, but then when I try different ways of shading, the colours may or may not improve. So I'm just trying to put a nose in there, but okay. Let's get some hatching down here. And you see how just quick lines, quick marks can block in and create textures. Am I getting anywhere? This, I mean, the Wilkinson's own one hasn't worn down as much as the Conte, and I'm putting in some pretty heavy marks here. That's not worn down as fast. That's definitely a bit harder. Oh, one out now. So that's different marks again. So what did I prefer? For softness, the Conte one. I'm probably pronouncing this really wrong, so apologies. For sharpness and speed, I felt the Bic one had... There's no residue on there. That's gone down quite smoothly. And actually, the art ones haven't done too badly. They've got very little tonal layer up in there. So I'll bring them up so you guys can have a look. So you've got the art one. Then the Bic. The Conte. That's the nearest brown I can get it, I'm afraid. So you can see the brown is more of a reddish brick brown than the other browns. And then the Wilko one. And you can see I was pushing pretty darn hard on that one. But with a pencil you shouldn't have to grind it into the paper. It's ridiculous if you have to do that. So overall winner? None of them really. Okay, I would definitely say the Conte after playing around. I'm not so keen on. I met the Wilkos. Yeah, that's the Wilkinson ones. Definitely, I wouldn't even buy them for a child. I'll be honest. They may do sketching pencils. Then if I want to do sketching and have my sketches here for the next 5 years in a book, okay, yes, I will spray them with fixative, but I want it to last. I want that pigment in the pencils. Will these last? I honestly don't think they will. I could, if we weren't in the middle of the winter, I'd say I'd put them outside on the windowsill for a week and see what happened. There's no light fast ratings on any of these pencils, so if I somehow managed to do a commission in these pencils, I wouldn't sell it, the original. I would only sell prints, and even then getting the prints and copying could affect the pigment. So I'm just going to quickly play around with this. So I'm just trying to put black over that brown. There's just not enough pigment in here. That's more of a 6B than a black. Yeah, that's not even a black. So there's next to no pigment in these pencils. If there is, I can't find it. So if I did do a drawing that was of high quality, I wouldn't be able to sell it because within so many months it might bleach out, and then I would have the client back at me saying, how dare you sell me something at that price, which if I sold something for 100 quid, I would not dare risk to use any of these pencils in it. If I was selling something for £5, I wouldn't dare use these pencils with it. I'm going to be honest, I have morals, okay? I do have really, really, really strict morals on artwork. When I do artwork, I use high quality products because I want the customer to get high quality goods no matter what they are paying. So what can I use all these pencils for? Oh my god, I've got sketching. Quite literally, rough plans, layouts, ideas. So as you saw these 4 little sketches here, well, if I need to do some concept designs and I just want to come up with something quick and easy, I think these will become my go-to pencils. Right now I've been using the Faber-Castells, the indigo blue for sketching. well, it'll save me £3 a pencil just by using these cheap ones. So somebody suddenly says, oh, can you draw a crocodile? So I can quickly get one of these and hopefully I remember. Then they have that big muscle in the mouth. Lots and lots of toothes. And a little nosy up there. Little circly bits. And there we go. I can quickly just throw down something like that. And then when I get back to the studio, if I'm out or something like that. So this, yeah, these will probably go into my field sketching kit. Cheap, cheerful. If they get dropped in the puddle, it's no biggie. And then when I get back here, I have no idea how my normal pencils will react. Oh, here we go. So I've gone out for a walk. I've done some drawings. Oh my god, there was a crocodile trying to catch a penguin. And I've used the pencils, any of these that I've bought. So I've got home and I think I need to refine that. And I've, of course, taken a camera with me, so I've got some nice photos. And then let's see what happens when we come in. Ooh, buzzards up. Sorry. Yeah, the wildlife around here can get really, really loud. So I should be able to then just bring in my normal they should not have any resistance whatsoever or problems going over them. It's not that when I look for a pencil I'm looking for tons of rich colour. Quite often I actually don't want too much pigment in there, because when you're drawing something quite light, like say a Palomino horse, you don't want a really bright vivid yellow. You need about 20 types of tan, creams, greys, all sorts of colours. So I mean, for the which ones weren't very pigmented? The artworks ones will probably be more good for doing light sketches. So I reckon the pencils will work with my other pencils. I've got no problems with that. But yeah, I'm not going to use them for anything fancy-pantsy. And I think value for money wise, the Wilkos ones, you are definitely, these bunnies, you are getting what you pay for. So they do smudge, they do grain, it kind of goes to a powdery crumb. So if you've got kids, these are going to cause a mess. She has a thought. One test I haven't done, putty rubber test. Just trying to think of how. Right. Okay, so let's see what happens when we drag a putty rubber across here. It's probably going to end in disaster, you guys. Okay, so the putty rubber's picked up quite a lot, but it has left a lot. That's alright. Oh gosh. The Conte, it's pretty much stripped out the colour. So with a rubber, that's good. But the green line, you'll notice, hasn't really been affected. Quite sharp. So they're all definitely all erasable. To a degree, of course. So that's quite handy. So for a light sketching pencil, looks actually, if I was doing light sketching and wanted to make an eraser, the Conte ones have come out really nice and clean when running an eraser across them, so that's handy to know. So yeah, those should be good for field sketching. So the least value for money is going to have to be the Contes. Those. These are not worth £4. No way. The best, I would actually say, are definitely going to be the Bic Kids. Bic is a good make. I don't think their vivid colour thing is quite... They're certainly the most vivid in the blue, but not in the red, so they're not the most brilliant, but they're better than the Wilkos ones. The Artworks ones, for £3, not good value for money. They don't go down very well, they're very grainy, and you don't get very good coverage. And for sketch-wise, they're okay, but you've got because you can't get proper layers up, you can't really do much colouring with them. So the two that are the least favourite are going to be the Artworks and the Conte, and the mid-ground is going to be the Wilko one, because actually for a quick sketching pencil I'm quite happy with that. Though I really don't like it for layering, no good at all. So yeah, Bic's the winner. Hooray! So yeah, that's my little art haul. But yeah, if ever you fancy getting cheap pencils, have a really good think and have a look around before you go and just buy the cheapest or the most expensive of the cheapest. So why pay £3-4 for that and that when those were cheaper, and even the Wilkos were cheaper? Or if you're not sure, save up a bit more and go for a brand that you trust more. I mean, Derwent aren't bad. I've got a very, very old kit of their studio pencils and I can't fault those much. And I've got original Prismacolor pencils. I mean, if you want rich colour, in all honesty, Prismacolor, if you can find a good set of Prismas, go for Prismas as your cheap pencils. Yes, they do have issues with the cores, where the cores aren't being aligned properly. Yes, there's issues with the wood, which these other brands don't seem to have that issue. The fact that they're all saying that they're super resistant, super solid, easy to sharpen. Yeah, you do have that issue with Prismacolors, but in all honesty, for richness of colour, if you want bold, if you want vibrant, if you want good coverage, save up those few extra pennies, start a piggy bank for your pencils. It's worth it. That's what I did. I literally got a massive jar, and it was for £2 coins, and we have them in the UK, and you don't get them that often when you go shopping, so it made it more fun to save. By the time I filled up the jar, I got something like 200 quid's worth, and off I went and bought some nice pencils. But that's how I bought my first tin of polychromos, was with a £2 jar. But yeah, save up, go with Prismacolors, or now there is another make Hobbycraft used to sell. I should be able to find them just by smell alone, because they stink. Derwent Studio. Oh, there they are. Right. So here's a Derwent Studio. This is one of the older models. Derwent have changed this model and it is a better quality now. So, and remember you've got the light fast ones as well. So, just give it down. And going really nice power. So once again, Derwent Studio, if you want strong colour, yeah. And this is the make that got me into Prismacolors. It's a barrel and it's called Charisma Colour. Yeah. These are what I started off with before I went into Prismacolors, and then before I moved on to polychromos, and before I moved on to luminance. So, like with marker pens, there's stages due to cost. These I really like. I used to buy them open stock, and they are pretty good when you want to learn how to use a waxy pencil. And because I used to buy them open stock, and there were a lot of types of different ones. These, if you want to learn about waxy pencils, yeah, these are pretty darn good. In fact, I've still got drawings done with these 20 odd years ago that are still mint, looking good, and they've not had a fixative and they've not faded. There was a wax bloom, but I got rid of that by using Zest-It and just blending and smoothing out. That stopped the wax. But yeah, those I got from Hobbycraft. I don't know if they sell them still. But yeah, the Derwent Studio, not half bad. So if you want light colours, the cheap ones are absolutely fine because they've got bulking fillers. They've hardly got any pigment in them. If you want to learn how to use bright, creamy pencils that will take you to the next level, go for something like the Prismacolor, the Studio by Derwent, and just go up the grades. In fact, I might even have a Smith's pencil. I literally have about 10 drawers of different pencils back here. That's a Crayola. That's one I can show you. I haven't shown you Crayola, have I? That's a Derwent. Very good. Okay, some other pencils. Okay, so another one. Crayola's erasables. These I've used for years for doing sketching, and they're not the richest of colour, but then you wouldn't be able to erase them if they were too pigmented, yeah? But for doing quick sketches, I found these quite handy. They're not as erasable as it wants you to think, but as long as you don't push down too hard, those are pretty good. More for sketch work, I wouldn't use the Crayola erasables for colouring. They're pretty diabolical. The other one that I also learned about was Vervin, or it's pronounced Vervin. It's Verthin. This is a pencil in the US, you guys might be used to. And these Prismacolors work together really well. These are almost like an opposite to a Prismacolor. So where the Prismacolor is waxy and you wear down the core really quickly, these are sharp and these are cool. If you're doing high detailed drawings on things like suede board, These stay sharp, and again a really nice rich colour that you can go really nice and soft with. And because they stay sharp, they are really, really good for things like fur detail, and they layer up quite well. So you can get some really good layers out of them. There was a particular artist who specialised in prismas and knees. And I had all her books, but then she used the grid system and I can't use the grid system, so but I learnt about these pencils through a particular artist. So yeah, I mean, cheap pencils, meh. They're good for some things, like sketching. No good for colouring, though. I honestly wouldn't bother colouring with the ones that I bought today. They'll be sketchies. Yeah, if you guys want to learn how to colour, you're going to need to get some practice in and try different pencils, but don't go mad buying the big kits. So don't make your first kit a 200 pencil kits of polychromos, because if you're still learning, you're going to wear them down and not actually really get the best use of them. It's going to be a waste of a good pencil. So start off cheap and read up, learn, practice your pressure, so practice doing things really lightly, and then how applying that pressure changes, and then how you add your layers on top of that. So get all of that practice in and keep it up, and then as you develop, and you'll see yourself develop, because you'll look back and say, oh gosh, I used to draw like that, and my colouring and my drawing has changed. You will see it, honest. The only way is up. And as you progress through that, then you can go and get your more expensive pencils, and when you come to use them, you'll notice and feel the difference between a waxy pencil against an oil-based pencil, and there is a difference in feel, texture, the way that it goes down, and then how you use thinners and things like that. Zest it, Mona Lisa, odorless thinners, all of that will come along. So I hope that has given you some food for thought, because I'm now thinking of lunch. And I hope this has just been a bit of fun, but it's kind of been done to give you ideas about how you need to think about your pencils. I mean, I'm going to be spending a few days sketching. I've got a lot of pencils to use up here. And one good thing I'll give all these cheapo pencils credit for, considering how much pressure I put on them, none of them broke. And that's pretty darn good. So yeah, please go out, find some pencils, and it won't matter what pencils they are. Just have a go at sketching with them, see how they lay down, do some little charts where you just put down the pencil, get a feel for it, and think, what can I use that for? And the more you get a feel for it, and the more you get comfortable with the different pencils, the better you will become using them. So, I'm gonna have to do louder sketching, because I've got 24, 30, so it's 54, 60, oh god, I've got too many pencils now. So I'm going to go and wear all these down and get sketching, and so till next time, all the best, and hope you feel inspired. Happy drawing to you. Take care.